Henry loved his wife deeply. Not the loud, dramatic kind of love, but the quiet, everyday kind. The kind you see in small gestures, in gentle words, in the way he looked at her when she wasn't watching. But even good men have weaknesses. And Henry's weakness was his eyes. He was a calm man. Soft-spoken, never quick to anger. The type of man people described as safe. He handled situations with patience and carried himself with quiet confidence. Nothing about Henry looked dangerous. Nothing about him suggested trouble. He never shouted, never caused scenes, never embarrassed his wife in public. To outsiders, their marriage looked peaceful, balanced, almost perfect. But sometimes, the cracks in a relationship are too small for others to see. Friends respected him, family praised him, neighbors trusted him. Henry is a good man, they would say. And in many ways, he truly was. Which made what was happening even harder to notice. Kaddy believed in him completely. She never felt the need to check his phone, never doubted where he was, never questioned his loyalty. She loved him with a calm, secure heart. And trust like that is a beautiful thing. But Henry had a quiet weakness. A type he never spoke about. A distraction that followed him everywhere. He didn't chase it, but he didn't fight it either. Certain women caught his attention. Bold presence, confident walk, shapes that pulled his eyes without permission. He didn't mean to stare, but his gaze lingered, just a little too long. He never touched, never crossed physical lines, but he watched, and watching slowly became normal. Something he convinced himself was harmless. It doesn't mean anything, he would whisper in his mind. I still love my wife. And in his heart, he believed that was enough. It's just looking, he told himself again and again. But some habits grow quietly, until one day, they become impossible to ignore. But habits don't stay small forever. What begins as a glance can quietly grow into a pattern. And patterns, when ignored, slowly reshape a person from the inside. Henry didn't notice the change in himself, but someone else did. Kaddy began to sense something. Not proof, not evidence, just a feeling, the kind that sits quietly in a woman's heart, whispering that something isn't right. She watched the little things. The pauses when someone walked by. The way his attention shifted, just for a moment too long. She didn't want to assume. She wanted to trust. So she asked gently, not with anger, not with accusation, just a simple question, spoken softly, hoping the answer would calm her heart. Henry smiled the way he always did. Calm, relaxed, unbothered, the same smile that made people believe him. The same smile that made doubt feel foolish. So she asked gently, not with anger, not with accusation, just a simple question, spoken softly, hoping the answer would calm her heart. You're imagining things, he said. And his voice was so steady, so normal, that even he almost believed it himself. Denial is easier when it sounds gentle. You know I only love you, he added. And Kaddy wanted to hold on to those words. Because love makes people hold on to hope even when their heart feels unsure. So she chose to believe him, not because the feeling disappeared, but because love sometimes tells us. Trust is stronger than doubt. And for a while, she convinced herself everything was fine. But it kept happening. The looks, the distractions, the subtle shifts in attention. Small moments, adding up in silence. Again and again, until one day, the moment came when pretending not to see was no longer possible. That day felt normal. No warning, no loud signs. Just another ordinary moment that would quietly turn into the one she would never forget. A woman walked past, confident, striking, the kind of presence that pulls attention without asking. And Henry looked, not a quick glance, not an accident, he looked. Kaddy was right there, close enough to see it clearly, close enough to feel the shift in him, and in that instant, her heart sank. After that day, Kaddy wasn't supposed to be home that early. She opened the door quietly, expecting silence. But she heard voices, a woman's laugh, coming from their bedroom. Her heart stopped. She walked slowly down the hallway, every step heavier than the last, her mind hoping she was wrong, but her heart already knew. The bedroom door was slightly open, and through that small space, she saw enough. Henry, and another woman, on the bed they shared. Time froze, no sound, no thoughts, just a sharp pain spreading through her chest. Henry looked up, their eyes met, and the color drained from his face. No words came out, because some betrayals are too loud for shouting. Kaddy didn't scream, didn't cry, she just stepped back, like her soul had left the room. Because in that moment, Her marriage didn't just crack, it shattered. So tell me, if you were Kaddy, what would you do? Would you walk away, or give love another chance? Because what she chose next changed everything. Like this video, comment your opinion below, and subscribe so you don't miss part 2.